And while these horns may seem pretty big, they're actually mostly hollow, honeycombed with blood vessels and tissue. Have you ever wondered how soft a bear is? Hey, I got some new animals I'd like you to meet. This is a mountain coatimundi.
Hi, Ty. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for having me.
So can you start off by telling us a little bit about you?
Yeah, my name's Tyler. I am 26, and my main job is I work with animals, including bears like Honey here.
What made you interested in working with animals? How did that start off?
Well, I've worked with animals almost my entire life. The animals just progressively got stranger and stranger. I started out with your average pigs and chickens and that kind of stuff, and it just progressively got weirder to white-tailed deer, elk, up to camels, yaks, and then I took a bunch of classes and did some training, and now I work with bears.
Nice. So do you work at a sanctuary?
Yeah, it's kind of a animal park / sanctuary. We take in bears that need a better home and or need to be relocated due to other issues, and we try to give them a better place. And we've got a bunch of other animals too that people can come see and have a good time.
Nice. So how is it working with bears?
I've got 11 bears that we work with. We've got 9 black bears and 2 brown bears. I don't go in with the brown bears for obvious reasons. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. Like Honey here, though, she was raised by us from a cub. The issues with her mom, wasn't able to take care of her, that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, and fortunately, I mean, I enjoyed raising her, but unfortunately, it was a situation where we had to raise her from a cub. Her brother is over there, Pooh. He's enjoying a snack. These guys I'm not super nervous about. I pretty much know them. I know their characteristics. And if you keep them entertained with peanut butter and a giant Kong, they're pretty tame. But there are some bears that I definitely don't mess with. That one that just walked in front of the camera, he's one that we didn't hand raise. He was adopted as an older adult. So all of his personality traits and how he handles humans were already set. So I just give him his space. He gives me my space and we get along just fine.
Tell me a little bit about the journey to social media. Currently, you have a little bit over 1 million followers. How did that come about?
I was scrolling through, I think it was Instagram one day, and I seen this new app called TikTok. I'm like, well, that's crazy. Who's ever going to watch that stuff? I was never really into apps and watching videos on my phone. And then all of a sudden TikTok started blowing up and I'm like, you know what? It might be kind of fun to try showing my day-to-day life and how I like to think it's interesting. And I think I've always had a fairly interesting life. So I kind of was curious to see what other people thought.
As far as posting goes, where does that concept of posting about animals come from?
I try to educate people on animals. I like to show bears not as the scary monsters that you see on TV or always hear about attacks on the news. Yes, they're dangerous, but if you leave them alone, most likely they're going to leave you alone.
Do you have a favorite bear?
Honey is definitely one of my favorites. And then for the brown bears, they're both brothers, Scooby and Shaggy. And Shaggy is definitely more personable. He likes to get scratches through the fence, that kind of stuff. So
since starting your page, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
I thought I had an interesting life, but it was very uplifting to see all the people, the positive feedback that I was getting, you know. People that were like, oh my goodness, we love watching your videos, that kind of stuff. It's the community that I'm trying to build. That's what I really appreciate.
Did you have any experience in social media prior to this, or was it just kind of posting and seeing what was popular?
So I never really posted a lot on social media. I never got on Facebook. I never really did much on Instagram. And then all of a sudden I just was like, you know what? I think this is something that is worth sharing about. I'd like to spread knowledge about animals and kind of bring wildlife to people's homes so that they can see, kind of like Shark Week, you know, just see things that people don't normally see to help raise awareness for stuff.
What do you do to stay relevant in such a fast-paced industry like social media?
Well, recently I've been doing a lot of research. I hate to say it, but I spend a lot of time on TikTok just to kind of keep up with that kind of stuff. I watch a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube, that kind of stuff. I'm starting to read a lot of books on marketing. Yes, you can just stumble into fame, but I'm definitely doing it the hard way where I'm clawing my way up from the bottom.
What advice would you give to someone that wants to follow your journey on social media and be an influencer or even to work with animals?
To follow me in my journey, it's definitely going to be a personal thing. It's how you want to do it. There's plenty of ways that you can go to college, get internships at zoos, that kind of stuff. Or you could find other facilities like petting zoos, family-owned businesses that you could kind of get in on the ground floor and work with them. I took a bunch of specialty courses. I worked with tiger trainers. I've worked with camel trainers. I've worked with bear trainers. I've worked with all sorts of different other people that have worked with these large animals. It took a lot of years to get the proper experience that you need to work with these kind of animals.
And what advice would you give someone that wants to be an influencer like you?
Again, it's a personal journey, a lot of hard work. Depends on how you want to do it. Hi, buddy. Can we get you some treats over here? I know the peanut butter is all gone. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I think the market is starting to get a little flooded. There's a lot more people on TikTok now than there was before, I feel like. And like during quarantine and stuff, there was a lot more people on their phones, and now people are getting out. I think they're spending a lot less time on their screens. I've definitely noticed views going down, that kind of thing. So it's definitely a lot harder now to get into it. It's not impossible. Just find your niche, stay to it, and I think anything is possible as long as you work hard.
And what can people expect next from you?
Actually, we have a lot of big additions coming. We're putting up a new winter barn, so that means we can start. We're in Michigan, so it gets cold here, different types of animals. We got to get heated facilities for them. And now we're putting in, like I said, an extra heated facility where we can start keeping more exotic types of animals. So there's definitely a few new animals that we're going to be getting that I'm definitely going to be making content on.
Is there an animal that you're excited to hopefully bring to the sanctuary that you haven't so far?
So, yeah, well... That's a good question. We're kind of keeping it on the down low of the animals that we are getting. Don't you run off with that, you stinker. Come. All right. He's mad at me now. But there are a few animals I kind of want to get into, not like tigers and stuff, but maybe some clouded leopards, snow leopards, that kind of stuff. I'd really like to get into those and help increase awareness on like how we need to save the jungle, that kind of stuff. So,
well, if people are interested in seeing you hopefully in the future with some leopards, they should definitely follow you on TikTok. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm Justine Baker. Thanks for watching this episode of I've Been Influenced. You can find more videos like this on our YouTube, social media, website, and everywhere you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe and follow our channel so you never miss a video.